What is up, guys? Zach Ginn here, and in today's video, I'm going to show you exactly a step-by-step tutorial on how you can make over $900 a day in wholesaling real estate, and exactly how you can actually scale up your marketing where you can really get deals coming in every single month, multiple deals a month, and my exact system for wholesaling success when it comes to making over 900 bucks a month. This is coming in $330,000 a year, and exactly how to really start playing big boy numbers, especially in 2023 for wholesaling real estate. So I'm super excited. I'm jacked up today to show you exactly everything you need to know step by step on how to actually get this going, because I talk a lot about how to get your first deal, second deal, third deal, even 100K. But really, I wanted to make a video today for people that are starting to want more, right? They're wanting to get $1,000 a day, really get into the multiple six figures, and really how to do it the right way. Now, it's going to be slightly different than a lot of the first deals or first $100,000 you're going to make in wholesaling real estate. But I can tell you at the end of this video, even if you haven't gotten your first deal, you're going to learn some gold nuggets that's going to help you actually get your first deal that you can actually learn going from 100K to 300K to all the way up in the future. But guys, I'm excited. I'm jacked up. You know what's up. You guys know I'm ready to go and really helping you become the best wholesaler possible. But before I break it down, y'all already know what to do. Make sure you guys hit that like button, smash that subscribe button, and comment below your questions, and I can help you become the best wholesaler possible today and for you to make the most money. So without further ado, let's get it going. Let's get jacked up, and let's learn some wholesale and real estate. Woo!
Get the fuck out of bed, bitch. Go. Get up, and get the guy go. Time to wake up, bitch. Get up. Get up. Get up.
Oh, snap. What's up, guys? Quick audio check. We're all good. Juan's ready to go, 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 go. I'm excited. I love to see it, guys. Elvis is in bed. You got to get out of bed. All right. I want everybody to understand this. If you want to become successful right now in wholesaling real estate, get out of bed, get going, take some notes, and start taking action in your life. So I'm excited. I'm ready to go. I see everyone's ready. They're out of bed, ready to go, just actually ready to start learning wholesaling real estate. So what's up, guys? My name is Zach Ginn, and I'm ready to help you out. So yes, we are actually at my own house. So we are at my studio today. Had a little internet troubles at the studio, so decided to just do it here today. And so maybe see Rick and me here tomorrow. We never know. But guys, I'm excited. So before I break down exactly how to make $900 a day, I gotta just tell you who I am, because a lot of people are scoffing, like, who's this kid? Like, what? Why am I going to listen to this guy? Why? Who's this dude, right? So my name's Zach Ginn. I've done over 1,000 real estate wholesaling deals, and I make 7 figures in my own wholesaling real estate business, partnered with Rick Ginn, my dad. And together, we run the largest wholesaling real estate and pretty much, it's hard to say real estate investing operation in South Florida, because, I mean, Grant Cardone's here, and he could probably have some choice words for me of who's the bigger by transaction volume real estate investor. So I'd say wholesaler in South Florida. And honestly, what I can tell you is I've been able to scale from zero, 100K, $500,000, $1 million, on and on and on and on, from just basically not knowing anything. And on my journey, I was able to basically learn a lot of the mistakes I made. And this is why in this video and on this YouTube channel, and basically on most of my YouTube channels, I just want to share exactly the mistakes I've made and exactly how you can speed up your success. And best of all, do it for free. Most people charge $1,000, $10,000, $5,000 just for a year course or a weekend seminar to learn this type of information. And the type of information, especially going from 100K to $1 million, is never talked about, especially publicly. It is always in closed circles on expensive paid mentorships. And I truly believe the revolution of wholesaling real estate will be making the information free to the public, so the people actually is able to actually go out here and get the information for free, because information and knowledge is going to be the power for you to step up in your financial freedom and your financial life, guys. This is why you have the richest men and women in the entire United States. If you take all their money away from them, they can make it back, because it's not the money that made them who they are or how amazing. It's their mindset and the knowledge they have in their brain to actually make more money. So that's the point of today's video. I really want to break down how to make over $900 a day. So I'm excited, jacked up, ready to go. And we're going to break it all down so you know exactly how to get it going and how to do it the right way. So let's talk about this. $900 a day in wholesaling real estate. That really comes down roughly to $330,000 a year. And so how do you do this, right? So like, really got to look at that. We got to think like, how much is that actually, like how much money is that really for us, right? Like there's a little bit of difference of that, right? How much is that? Roughly what I've seen is that's about 2 to 3 deals every single month I've found. On average, if you're going to make that type of money, you have to be rolling in 2 to 3 deals a month. And you might be saying, Zach, but I'm getting $5,000 deal. Then just bump it up a little more, right? And if you're making more per deal, maybe it's 1 deal per month, right? And on average, like we're making $30,000, $40,000 a wholesaling deal for us, because we're really good at what we do. We're good at lowballing, motivation, things like that, that we're going to speak a little more in this video. That being said, obviously it's dependent on your market, because sometimes your margins can be a little better, sometimes it can be a little worse, right? It's all dependent on how you can do things the right way. But really, 2 to 3 deals a month consistently, that is the point of today's video, and that's really what we're going to break down. And really, the only way that we can figure out how to actually do this the right way is learning the 2 most valuable resources we have as an entrepreneur, any business at all. But for wholesaling real estate specifically, the most valuable assets we have, and this is time and money. All it comes down to making money in wholesaling real estate really comes down to that simple equation. How do you properly utilize those 2 resources? How do you utilize time the best way and utilize money the best way, right? Because we have people that are brand new, no money at all. Okay, you got no money, that's fine. We just got to utilize more time. And if you don't have a lot of time, but you got some money, we're going to utilize more money than time to get the deal. You can have no money. As long as you have time, you're fine. The issue is when you have no time, it doesn't matter how much money you have. All right, if you have $1 million, it's going to be very hard if you have no time to close the deals yourself or understand the business or anything like that, right? And that's why it's like, which one of these 2 are more important? Hands down, every single day, let's talk to a 95-year-old man in a nursing home and say, which one's more important to you, time or money? And they're always going to tell you it's time, right? Either the billionaire who's in his 90s will give up everything just to have time back, right? And you go back to basically, 15-year-old or 16-year-old, you say $1 billion or time, and they're going to take $1 billion all day, right? Because they have plenty of the time, right? And so when you have a lack of money, all you really care about is that money, and you have a lack of time, all you care about is that time. But really, at the end of the day, if you compare apples to oranges, personally me, I would give up every cent of my net worth right now to just get 2 years of my life back. Not because I'm like something regretted or terrible, but like if I had the knowledge I had now 2 years ago, I can get all that money back and even more. And I just get more time on this earth. So that's pretty cool, right? So really, guys, time and money is going to be the most valuable part. And obviously, because I have a lot of money now, I value the time a lot more. And so it's vice versa for a lot of people. But what I can tell you is you got to learn how to utilize these assets the right way. And that's really the point of this video. And you might want to get this whole foo-raw, woo-woo type video, getting you excited and jacked up for it. Guys, really, I'm just breaking down the fundamentals and how to break down actually how to make $900 a day. It all is going to break down about how to utilize your time and your money. So when I go on one-on-ones, I talk to you guys about how to actually get your first deal, second, third, fourth, fifth deal. It's about how much time you put in this business and how much money you're utilizing to it. I really care about the time. And so let's talk about time first. I would say for most wholesalers, we should still be running on a 4-1-1 split. If you're looking to scale up a little more, we are going to really be focusing on this 4-1-1 split. Now, this 4-1-1 split actually can change depending on our marketing that we have. There's a lot of differences. There's a lot of nuances when it comes to doing the splits the right way. But honestly, what I've personally found is the 4-1-1 split actually works the best. Now, the 4-1-1 split basically states for 6 hours of work. Usually it's a 3-1-1 split. But if we're going to make a lot more money, we're going to have to focus an extra hour into marketing and just put more time into this. But really, it's focus if we're going to make a lot more money on the 4-1-1 split, where 4 hours of our day has to be focused on marketing. An hour of it needs to be focused on acquisitions, follow-ups, and an hour with cash buyers. Now, you can split it up if you work 8 hours a day, 9 hours a day, whatever hours a day. But this is a good ratio, I think, for a lot of wholesalers trying to scale up a little more. And this really puts that emphasis on the marketing and even getting more powerful lists, more important lists, because really motivated sellers and finding the right type of list is going to be absolutely essential for our success in wholesaling real estate. And really, I've said it before and I'll say it a million times, but it's all about marketing, marketing, marketing. Marketing is everything in this business. Okay, guys, I want you guys to understand this, that marketing is going to be the key point for your success. I can look at any wholesaler, okay, that wants to get rich or they're struggling or they're not doing well. I would say up to 90-95% of them that why they're not being successful and not consistently doing deals is because all I have to ask is, what type of marketing are you doing? That is it. If you are not consistently doing deals, it is not a lack of you being smart. It is not a lack of, it's not a lack of all these things. Oh, my tonality, my accent. No, it's a lack of marketing. Marketing is the first thing and first and foremost most important thing. And that's the thing that actually puts money in the door. Okay. If you do not have any leads, how good is your acquisitions if you have terrible leads or if you get no leads at all? What's the point? What's the point of getting all these cash buyers if you have no contracts to do right now? And especially this year in 2023, everything's, oh, I got to focus 100% of my time on cash buyers and barely anything on getting leads. No. Okay. Marketing is still king. When marketing is not king, I will let you know. I'll let you know when my business shifts. We would have to be in this post-apocalyptic type wholesaling real estate environment, okay? Like World War IV, III, all at the same time for us to be cash buyers first, okay? There has to be some crazy economic situations going on for us to be focusing more on cash buyers right now. But as of this economy and as of what's going on currently today, especially with the advent of technology, cash buyers are actually easier than ever to pull. Even in this market, they're easier than ever to pull. You guys see me. I've spent 2 hours on a live stream last week or the week before that. I literally just cold called cash buyers and preferably agents. And I was able to get like 5 or 6, like pretty easy, like solid cash buyers. So that being said, like cash buyers can still be done very quickly. Now, if I sit down for 2 hours on a marketing list, it's gonna be a little more difficult for me to go out here and actually find a really, really good $50,000 deal. Because if I get a $50,000 deal every 2 hours, it's all I'd be doing, okay? Like, it's not that easy. Like, you got to work your tail off and actually use marketing the right way. But just understand that marketing is going to be essential for our success. Marketing, marketing, marketing. Please understand this, guys and gals. Marketing is going to be very important. And there's also different types of marketing. And I think we got to really understand how marketing is working and how marketing is working in 2023, okay? So when we're talking about $900 a day, okay, $900 a day is high level income. Okay, that is for wholesalers and just for people in general, but $900 a day is high level income. And with high level income, you have to have high level marketing. High level income has to equate to high level marketing. We have to have very, very good and important marketing. And there's different types of marketing, right? There's a lot more advanced marketing out here. There's simple marketing. There's marketing that's not too difficult, but we have to, if we in our high level sophisticated type of income coming in, we're going to have to pump our numbers up, get really good margins on our deals. And we're actually have to get very, very laser focused on getting the best motivation per lead we possibly can do. And so this is where we got to really focus on high level type of marketing, where when I send mail out, my time and my money is as efficiently used as possible. Now, I'll let everybody know this. This is probably a big question I get asked all the time. But like, Zach, can this be done solo? Do I need paid marketing, right? Am I going to have to go out here and be successful with a team of 5 or 6 to do this? Like, how am I going to do this? And how is this actually going to lead me to some success here? And I can tell you the honest truth. Doing it solo, you can be at probably 400K solo. You're going to work insane hours. And I'll just be honest, like I've done this. I've done the 14-hour work days and all these things just to hit those type of numbers. And it's good if you're a young guy like me when I was 19, 20 years old, no kids, no girlfriend, no, like none of this stuff, no distractions, just work and maybe the gym and eating okay, right? Like that's all I had time for. Like those legit all I had time for, right? And if you want any type of fun social life or, a relationship with your kids, right? Like this is where like the guy who's still a teenager that's got like no kids or not married or anything like that, like you can sacrifice your time, go for it, right? But for most people, we're going to need some sort of scaling team once we get above 300K. And remember, guys, I'm a broken record, but freewholesaling.com, we break down actually how to scale up your business the right way. And it is very easy to scale a business once you know what you're doing and once you start putting the team in place and really hiring out people when it comes to getting the marketing out there, right? And that's what we're talking about today. And that's what we're really focusing on today, right? And so it can't be done solo, but you're going to need a high level of success, a very high level of success. And really, you're going to get very high margin deals for that to happen. So the big question we're going to be always asked here, and the big question being asked is, how do I do this? Like, what's the type of paid marketing I can do? What's the type of free marketing I can do? And honestly, it can be done solo. I'll tell you this, but you are going to have to pay for marketing. And you guys know I am the free information guy. I will give you the best wholesaling information absolutely for free. But understand this, I am not the guy to tell you that all your marketing should not be paid for. I am a huge paid marketing proponent. I pay for a lot of money in marketing. You should honestly see my Amex credit card statement sometimes. It would be very shocking. But what I can tell you is, if you actually go out here and you expect only to pay $0 in marketing, that's great. But remember, there is a price to pay with free marketing. The price you pay with free marketing is time. And what did I say in the beginning? Especially when you're coming with high level income, you're going to focus more on your time is going to be more important, right? So especially when I was looking to scale up my business, my time was actually best spent actually going out here and going on appointments and closing deals. My time was not best spent cold calling all day. That's why I hired cold callers, right? And so hiring a cold caller is going to cost money, right? Because once you start paying for marketing, you get more time back. You're spending more money, but you're spending less time. So it is a yin and a yang. This is the very important thing. No other wholesaling guru, coach, whatever you want to call them, shmuru, they don't talk about this, the scaling system of time and money. And it's super essential for you to know how to use it the right way. So I'm a big proponent on paid marketing, especially when you're starting to get in the six figures in wholesaling real estate, because it makes your job a lot easier. And overall, it will make you more money. Even because you have to pay for marketing, will make you more money. And for a lot of people out here, I get people all the time, they want the best of both worlds, right? Zach, I want to eat two whole pizzas a day and an entire cake and maybe some donuts. And I also want to not work out, but I also want a six pack and I want to also lift 400 pounds, but I don't want to work out at all. And I want a six pack. It's like, you can't have everything in life like that. Okay. Like there has to be a sacrifice to be made, right? And for something great, there is always a sacrifice, right? And for you to learn this wholesaling information, I'm actually making a sacrifice, right? So if by me making this type of information free and not $1,000, I'm making the sacrifice of not probably getting a lot of money. Okay. There's millions of dollars I sacrifice every year giving this information out for free that I could charge a bunch of money for. I can do a live stream for like 45 minutes, make it all raw. Don't really give you too much information of a link to go buy a course. And you can have we can have like a little like elongated, webinar, and I can make a lot of money. So there is a cost to what I'm doing. On top of that, there's a cost of free marketing, which is your time. And there's a cost of paid marketing, which is your money. These things all have costs and sacrifices. Even when you get free information, there's somebody making a sacrifice for you to get it, and that's me giving the sacrifice. So that being said, in wholesaling real estate, paid or free marketing, if you're not at 100K yet, stick to the free marketing. Just know it's going to take your time. It's going to cost your time. But once you start getting up, I would start doing the paid marketing. So that is why it's very, very important, guys. And I just want everybody to understand this, okay? All right, let's see here. All right, where's the next one? All right. So let's talk about this. It's popping up my notes here. All right. So for marketing, when it comes to making $900 a day, scaling up a business, it's going to come down to the big three. And I've said the big three a lot of times. And the big three is going to be the top three marketing strategies when you're looking to scale a business. When I look at most people making 7 figures in wholesaling real estate, really once they start pushing above 100K, they're all, basically all of them do these three marketing channels. And that's where they get most of their deals. I call it the big three because it's honestly the truth. And I figured out, I've done every type of marketing channel out there. I've done every type of marketing list out there. I've done it all. SEO, pay-per-click, Facebook ads, the newest thing ever, special tools and AI and all these crazy stuff. I've tried it all. I am still an open book. When a new marketing strategy comes out, I instantly try it. I always try it to see if I strike gold. And I think I have enough prowess of wholesaling real estate where if I can try something, I can work it out the best I can, right? I do it for local markets. I do it for virtual markets. I do a lot, right? And what I can honestly tell you is the big three is still the fundamental best marketing channels when you're looking to scale up and so you can use your time and your money the most efficiently possible, the efficient way possible. The big three here, be shocking, this is going to be direct mail, SMS text blasting, and cold calling. No particular order. But what I can tell you is for people that are doing a lot of money, when you get above $500,000 a year, they're mostly stick to these strategies because these strategies have the best scalability factor where you get the best ROI. They're not as time intensive if you pay for these strategies. Now, the strategies do them free, a lot more difficult, but there actually are ways to do all the three of these strategies for free. There's also paid ones to do, right? And I'll break down the list that work best for all of them, but in no particular, actually in a particular order. How do I make the majority of my income in wholesaling real estate? And my assignment fees, the third best one's SMS text blasting. It's not insane, but we'll consistently still do deals every month with it. Cold callings are bread and butter for us. It works so insanely well. We get deals from cold calling that we'd never get from SMS text blasting. Henceforth, vice versa, we'll get SMS deals that we never get with cold calling. Same thing with direct mail. The majority of our wholesaling real estate deals still come from direct mail, from postcards. I know it's a little niche, not for most people out here, but when you're looking to get above 100K, direct mail is still the best one. If you're looking to make 100K a month, postcards and direct mail is hands down the best one. Now, I don't speak about it as much as I probably should, but I can tell you postcards are the best. I love direct mail so much. I literally made a direct mail free course because I saw people, there's no way to learn direct mail on YouTube. Even 2 years ago, there's no way to really learn direct mail on YouTube. And even a year and a half ago when we made the course, took us about, I think, half a year to make the course. But we made a free course for direct mail. I don't want to go on a tangent here, but basically YouTube never taught about direct mail because only people making 7 figures a year were doing direct mail. And none of the gurus, influencers, or any of those people really were doing 7 figures truthfully in direct mail. And even the ones that did do it, they would literally charge it behind a course. So there's zero information on how to do direct mail the right way. And obviously me and Rick were given free wholesaling information. We're making 7 figures in direct mail. And we said, you know what? Why don't we just make a course on exactly how to do direct mail? Because everyone charges $4,000 for it. And so we had the only free direct mail course on the internet. It is obviously the largest direct mail course on the internet. And if you go to freewholesaling.com, there is a module called direct mail. I'll give you a link actually to sign up for mailingmastery.com. It's absolutely for free, costs $0. But yeah, we have that. We have specialized postcards that we do that give us the best results. I don't want to get into the full thing, but direct mail is still the best one for us. Now, it is a tad pricey, but the reason, the sacrifice we make with the cost it does for sending the postcards out is, number one, this is really important. If I send out 10,000 direct mail pieces, I'll probably get 200, maybe 180, probably 210, I would say roughly, callbacks in a month. And I kind of do the math here. Okay, think about this. You get 210 callbacks from 10,000 postcards, right? So we sent 10,000 postcards out and it costs me, let's say, 50 cents. It's going to cost me $5,000 to send that direct mail. And this is for my business, okay? Now, I'll probably send maybe 6 or 7 type of these $10,000 postcard things out. But let's just roughly say this, okay? If we spend $5,000, we get 210 callbacks, okay? Of those 210 callbacks in 25 work days, no, 30 work days, so 30 in a month, 210 divided by 30, That's about 7 calls a day for my acquisitions agents. 7 calls, let's say each call is going to be 20 minutes. So divided by 60, that's about 2.3 hours of just calling. And we do another 3 hours of actual going out here doing follow-ups. And we'll put appointments in there, let's say another 3 hours, about 8 hours a day, obviously, for acquisitions agents, right? But that being said, it's only going to cost us, and we'll probably get a lot of deals from it, right? Like for a 10,000 piecer, because we do multiples of them, probably get 2 or 3 deals out of that, right? And so that'll probably net us around $60,000 for $5,000 in marketing spend. And that works really well for us, right? But you also have to understand on top of this, and this is when things get very, very interesting, because for me to get 3 deals on cold calling, I'm probably going to have to get 3 cold callers just to get, let's say 2 cold callers to get 1 deal a month, okay? And if I'm paying 2 cold callers $8 an hour, all right, 40 hours a week for 4 weeks, and then on top of that, we'll give them a bonus of $500. It's going to cost them about $3,000 just to dial and get a list from there. And that being said, if I spent $3,000 and they're just calling just to get a list, and they're doing a lot of leads, but I have a lot of cold callers, so it makes sense. I'm only saving $2,000. So I'm only, it's $2,000 more for just direct mail, and I don't have to have more VAs. It's a lot easier. My agents don't get burnt out. And most importantly, I'm going to get extra deals from direct mail than I do from SMS text blasting and cold calling. It's a no-brainer, right? And that being said, I'm able to do 10,000 and not actually have, and I can give more time for the cold callers and other type of niche lists. So that's why direct mail is so powerful. It is so powerful because the ROI is still amazing. I make a ton of money with it, but you got to remember that it's a lot of postcards. It costs a lot to get these leads. But to a point when you're scaling up, everyone would make that investment all day. And that's why direct mail works really well. And that's why it's for people that are making some money. I don't need to drop $3-4 in direct mail if you've never done a wholesaling deal. You actually have to know what you're doing, right? Because you have to know its scripts. You have to know when you get the call in, actually how to take the call the right way. That's why at mailingmastery.com, quick plug, it is a direct mail course, which we have live calls, like postcard calls coming in from like 2 years ago of me just answering the postcard, qualifying the seller, hanging up, coming back, calling them for the appointment, recordings of appointments, me closing deals, everything like that. It's all in there, right? And that's why mailingmastery.com is so powerful. But you will fail. I want everybody to understand this. If you don't go through mailingmastery.com before you send direct mail out, you will fail. You will have an 80% failure rate. And I love it all the time. I give, the direct mail sucks. You never went to mailingmastery.com. You never did it actually the right way. It is a legitimately $4,000 course. It's 5. It's a $5,000 direct mail course. $5,000 all day. But I give it out for free. Most people can utilize it. Most people don't. But I'm telling you, it's very important, right? Next up here, SMS text blasting. We love it. A little more niched out, right? You have to know how to do it the right way. We do have our SMS text blasting guide at freewholesaling.com. Cold calling, y'all know that's the GOAT one still. If still the best return on investment for not paying as much, but getting leads and deals in. You can't beat it. You can't beat cold calling. It's absolutely one of my favorite. But there's a lot of good in between. Like if I'm part-time, SMS might actually be the best one for my time and money, right? It's all dependent on which one's best for you and which one you think's best. What kind of lists work best for these type of more expensive paid lists, right? Honestly, what I could tell you is the best list I've found are high equities, vacant properties, stacked lists. And what are stacked lists? This might be a vacant high equity. This might be a high equity lien, like at least 2 motivating factors together on top of each other. When you're filtering with listarea.com or zachdata.com, you can figure them out pretty quick. Those are actually probably one of my favorite ones, right? Because you can just stack the list on here and it gives you the best results. And you got to understand when we're trying to push the numbers and trying to make a really good amount of money in wholesaling real estate, we're going to have to push our margins up. Okay? And so this is the next part here, but we're going to have a high push towards larger margin deals and getting the best cash buyers possible in our wholesaling real estate business. So if we're going to want to make 900 bucks a day, we're going to have to make this huge, big, massive push towards making more money per deal. And so let me just talk about really quick about how to double your average assignment fee, making $450 a day to $900 a day. And this is practical advice for anybody in wholesaling real estate. Okay, if you're looking to go from 10K a month to 20K a month, everyone thinks they have to double the marketing. That'll do it, but you'll spend double your time. And is that really worth it if you can just shift some things off? And what I mean by this, it is literally an equation. Okay, so how to actually double our assignment fee? Like, what's the one sentence of me to do it? Really quick equation, but it's just to have higher motivation lists, lower low ball offers, and having the best cash buyers on our deal. That is going to be the best mix for us to become successful. We want to have more motivated lists. We want to make lower low ball offers. And then we want to have the best type of cash buyers possible. This is going to be the most important thing that we need to do to become successful. All right, guys? Best cash buyers, lower offers, and higher motivated lists. This is going to lead us to our success. What are higher motivation lists? Obviously, government lists are going to be very important too, right? Kind of like what I said before, and kind of looking at what I said, high equity vacant and stacked lists are going to be great. Add government lists on top of that. That's why I did add it in there. I don't think I mentioned it, but yeah, government lists are going to be important too. Like I showed you right here, government lists are going to be important, but those are going to be the high motivation lists. I think a target on probates is probably going to be one of the best ones you can possibly do. But the lower low ball offer is going to be really good too. And then really, when you look at this, if you increase your effectiveness by a third on each three of these categories, you will add up to 100%. So a lot of people think they have to double their marketing just to get better, but no, it's not really that. If I can just increase every one of those three by a third, so all I really have to do is overall get 33% better, and I'll get a 100% increase in the amount of money I'm making. And that's the big secret. And that is the secret of adding, that is the secret of exponential growth, that really, you just have to get 33% better and you'll get 100% better. And it's kind of funny to say, but like, if I'm able to make an extra $1 by increasing my skills, it really is going to end up making $3 because of everything we're doing, right? Having better buyers is going to lead to more money, a third more money. Having lower offers is going to lead to a third less price on the contracts, which is a third more money on it. And then getting even more motivated sellers going to actually want to sell that price for even lower, which is going to give a third more. It is a 33% approach. I'm telling you, it's absolutely powerful. And it's something you can use in any asset and facet of your business, right? And big key part here, this is where I see a lot of people not making the best use of their time and money. Your best money, income producing activity, is number one should be your acquisitions, your appointments. And people think number two is going to be your marketing. And that's not really true. Our second top income producing activity outside of actually going to appointments and getting contracts signed is going to actually be follow-ups. Follow-ups are actually more important than your marketing to a point because they're already interested, right? And you have to follow up hopefully every single lead every single week. That will actually, if you're not doing that and you're only marketing is king. It's the most important part. But if we're actually looking at income producing activities, what type of money we're going to make for the amount of work I'm doing, if you're not following up with every single lead every single week, that's really where you're struggling. And that is really where you need to start getting a little better at. I'm telling you right now, you're looking at this is going to be one of the top perspective changes I can tell you. It's going to change your life. Start following up with your sellers even more, especially when you have them in your podio. It's going to be very important, right? And for cash buyers, I always focus on cash buyers, but I'll say for this, just a simple approach. This is a really easy approach for most people, okay? But really, just send 25 DMs a day to cash buyers, cold call 25 cash sales a day, and cold call 25 for rents, or maybe add some extra cash sales a day. Just do that. Do 75 just reach out to 75 cash buyers a day. If you do that for a month straight, you'll get as many cash buyers as you can, the top cash buyers. And then spend that extra hour you have on top of that, just following up with cash buyers, building that relationship with you. That's actually how you're going to be able to sell your deals for the most money possible. And that, guys and gals, is exactly my little webinar for the day on how to make 900 bucks a day. If you know how to correctly utilize your time and money the perfect way, you're going to make a ton of money in this business. You're going to consistently get 2 to 3 deals every single month. But if you don't know how to utilize it the right way, if you just only do free marketing, you can do it. It's going to get a lot more difficult. You could possibly want to scale up your business a little more, get some employees. And if you want to learn exactly how to do that, everyone's going to roll their eyes, but they already know what to do. Just go to freewholesaling.com, my free real estate wholesaling course, and that's how you do it, guys and gals. So guys, that is it. That is my little breakdown today of it. Let me know what questions you guys have. I'd love to help you out and see what we can do to help the people out. So appreciate it, guys. Hopefully y'all doing good. And for a lot of people, this might be your first, let's see. Yeah, I love it. All right. So let's get some, let's answer some questions real quick. We'll do some one-on-ones too today and see how I can help you be the best success possible. But yeah, welcome to my house. So yeah, I think it's kind of cool. If any of the OG Flip with Rick fans from like 2 years ago remember, one of my first videos ever, we had this American flag. And I used to film with the American flag. Fun fact, when I came back from college, I had this American flag flying up. I know it's fratty, but it's true. And then when I came back, started working, me and Rick worked together, Rich had a big office. And I had that flag. I hung it up the first day on that office when I was 19. And that was 4 years ago. And I've had that flag on the toughest times, on the best times in business. And I've always had that flag. That flag has never stopped. And basically every single day, even when I was cold calling, my first cold call ever, I had the flag in my room. And even my first deal, when I answered bandit signs and stuff, I had this flag's been in my room forever because I've had this since I started in this business. And so that flag, obviously the American flag, I would love the American flag, but I love this flag. It's very sentimental to me because I've had that in my room ever since I started my wholesaling journey. And so I love it. I think it's really cool. So I've always stared at it, motivated me. I don't know why, but I always thought it was kind of cool. So I was like, all right, that's pretty sick. So yeah, kind of little tchotchkes around me. But yeah, pretty cool. And so yeah, all right. So let's see what I can do to help the people out. All right, let's see. Nolan, nice try. The IRS tries to get me every single time. Nice try, IRS. These IRS agents they're getting slick. All right. Let's see here. Lucas says, what do you know about In-N-Out? Dude, In-N-Out, everyone's going to hate me for this, but as a guy from Florida, every single time I go out west, I go to In-N-Out. In-N-Out is the best fast food I've ever had in my entire life. And it is so stinking good. I'm obsessed with In-N-Out. I live in Florida, and I can only get In-N-Out all right, I was in Vegas last summer. I went to In-N-Out 4 times in a week. That's how good it was. All right. I love In-N-Out. So we have In-N-Out there because I'm obsessed with it. There's 2 burger places in Palm Beach that I absolutely love that have better burgers than In-N-Out, but it's not fast food, so it's a little different, right? But there's some like gourmet, really expensive burgers. I got to pay like $50 for a really good burger in Palm Beach, where close where I'm at. But In-N-Out's still the best one. All right. And I love it. I'm not gonna get into it, but love In-N-Out. Let's see here. So Max wants to know, do I need to create a company or say I'm part of one to write up this contract? You actually write a contract in your own name. It won't really affect you too much on it, right? Let's see here. Oh, so we're getting asked here. Every single person that's here is here to make money. I just wonder why I don't charge. I mean, I'll just tell you the honest truth. Why I don't charge? I don't need to, right? Like, I'll be completely honest with you. if I was a broke guy and I made no money at all, yeah, I'd probably charge you to learn wholesaling, right? Like, why not? But like, I make enough money in my wholesaling business. Me and Rick are the only people, and I hate to say this, that make enough money where I don't have to charge you. Like, why would I charge you to learn wholesaling real estate if I make enough money in wholesaling? It's kind of weird and funny. It's like, does Michael Jordan actually go out here and make basketball camps and tries to make money off it? He doesn't care. Okay. Like, he makes enough money from what he does. When he teaches you stuff, he does it for free. Okay. And you really got to look at it like this. If whoever you're listening, if they're making a lot of money, why are they, if they're making so much money in their wholesaling business, why don't they just give out wholesaling info for free and then do JV deals with you? Right. And so, yeah, I make a bunch of money from this YouTube channel, but it's just basically from people sending me deals and just deals being sent to me. Right. I mean, I've gotten a couple $40,000, $50,000 deals from JVing. So it's like, I mean, that's really cool. But honestly, it's about legacy. I kind of call it charity to a point too, because I just give it for free. But the two main reasons, number one, because I make enough money in wholesaling, I don't need to. I'm not a greedy person in nature. And second is I legitimately feel like me and Rick are like the chosen ones, but like we're the only ones that can. And I'm saying that in the nicest way. Like I don't, a lot of people out here that have these paid mentorships and all these, they have like 7, 8, 9, 10 employees, media staff. They got all these employees that like, they gave everything out for free. They'd have to fire their entire staff that they've worked for them in the guru staff forever. And they can't, right? They have contracts where they have to sell courses. I don't get in the whole guru game, but the guru game is very vast and expansive. But like, it's me and Rick are the only people that can do it, right? I'm the only person, me and Rick are the only people that can actually give it out for free, that make over 7 figures a year in our wholesaling business. So I do it because I can. I want to make a legacy. And honestly, I could care less about making extra money as a guru. I care more about myself. And most importantly, I care about my legacy and how my reputation is taken as a person. So yeah. All right. Where are we at here? Let's see what other questions you got. You got a question for what I talked about today? Let me know. Let's see here. So is Deal Machine a good method to use? Yeah, Deal Machine is a good drawing for dollars method. I'll tell you this. You can do drawing for dollars without any money at all, right? You don't really need any of that stuff. But like, yeah, I love Deal Machine just for drawing for dollars though. It's a good one. Chick-fil-A is amazing. I'll tell you this. I'm a Chick-fil-A a lot. Honestly, if I can claim you guys if I could write off, guys, I've said this a million times, but I could charge millions of dollars in assignment fees, get millions of dollars in guru fees, but this is pretty interesting. If I could write that off, that'd be pretty cool. I think I should write it off for charity. I'll see if my accountant will let it happen. But let's go out here and answer some questions. Let's do some one-on-ones. Let's try to help the people out. So if you want to learn exactly how to get wholesaling real estate knowledge for free, actually how to actually join the mentorship, which is a free mentorship, by the way, just go here to my Facebook group. It's Wholesaling Analysis for Real, 82,000 people strong. Just go here, 83,000, sorry. Just go to featured. You see the feature tab right here. Click that. You'll have a streamer link. Click on it. Hop on. Talk to me absolutely for free. And you're talking to me kind of like Fred here. Fred, what is up?
Zach, how you doing, mate? You all right?
Dude, I'm blessed, man.
Oh, well, I'm blessed. I'm online to you again. I just seem to be the lucky man again.
Zach,
Zach,
what's up? How can I help you out today?
So I took your advice last time, all right? Obviously, Zach, I'm not full-time with this. So I'm doing it, obviously, you know, like it's 10 to 7 where I am in the evening. So I'm hitting this up in the evening, obviously with the time difference. Mississippi, got a few leads. Zach, I've found a couple of leads and what again seems like a good price. I'm finding it terribly hard to find comparables. And I just haven't got the, the guts or the courage really to to make that offer. I've got a couple of leads where in which, you know, I mean, I've done the sort of 0.7. You said last time, don't overcomplicate it. 0.7, you know, of the price what they're asking. I'm there already. That's where we're at, pretty much. And I'm pretty confident that I could, you know, sort of negotiate even lower. But I haven't got the understanding, experience, or guts to sign on a dotted line, mate. And I'm in limbo.
I mean, dude, so is it a fear of giving the offer or the comps? Like, what's really?
Well, I mean, in all honesty, it's like I don't know. It's like taking the training wheels off, really. You know, and I've never gone down the hill on two wheels. I've always been not assisted as such because I haven't yet done a deal, but I've got these two leads, at least here in Mississippi, with minimum sort of investment of time. And as I said, it works with the 0.7, how much they're asking. I don't know what to do. Do I just sort of, in your opinion, what do I do? Should I just get something signed up, get them to sign on something, and then sort of work backwards, and then, you know?
Okay, well, let's break it down. So is this a FISBO? Like, what type of lead is this?
FISBO, yeah. So as I said, I'm just going to hit the FISBO until I make some money, until I get some contracts across the line and get them sold on.
Give me a rough estimate of what the 0.7 is. Don't give me the exact amount.
So I mean, if I was just to go here, I'm on paper. Look, the guy I spoke to yesterday, I believe he was asking 129,000, and he said that at the bottom line, what he's in for is 85.
Okay, that's the bottom line price he'd take?
That's basically how I dissected it and sort of found out his motivation. He wants to pay off. He's built a house for his grandparents, and he's in for 70 grand, and he had some financing for about an additional 15, and he wants to pay the 15 off. And I basically ultimately said, after finding it out, I said, so it sounds like as a minimum we'd be looking at about 85 grand to cover your costs. And he said that is the case, which leads me to believe, you know, that's where we're at. I even said to him, look, I said, just out of just sheer politeness, you know, I'll send you a message and say my numbers don't work if that be the case. But if it was to be under that 85, but close to, would you still want me to put it past you? And he said, yes, definitely. So I still even left myself some room in that respect to negotiate.
Okay, Fred, we're gonna just cut all the fluff and we're gonna get into it. All right. So, are you nervous to give this offer? Is that the problem?
I don't want to be honest with you, I don't want to let him down. I mean, I know that's you know a bit of a bizarre place to be, but this first contract I want to get it sold, and obviously, I don't know what the fear is, man. I don't know what the fear is as such. You know, I haven't got a buyer lined up. I haven't sort of like, you know, wholesale it, so I don't. And then, as I said, I'm finding it hard.
Fred, are you comfortable where you're at right now in your life, financially?
I mean,
would you like to make a change?
Definitely so, mate. Definitely.
So if you want to make a change, you're going to have to change, right?
Absolutely. Agreed.
And so to make a change, you're going to have to change. And you are nervous right now to give an offer. So guess what we're going to do? We're going to change. We are going to make a change in your life. To make a change in your life, we're going to have to change. And you're going to change who Fred is. Fred is somebody that goes after it. Fred is somebody that takes his life by the horns and takes control of it and not letting life control him. And so what I need you to do is I need you to let the seller know that you talked to your partner, Zach.
All right.
And Zach said that he wants to buy this for $75,000.
All right.
And that's how the numbers he came up with it.
Okay.
And he said, 75, I can't do that. What price works for you? And you can negotiate. You know the good cop, bad cop approach.
Yeah.
Right? Why am I telling you to do the good cop, bad cop approach? Because if he gets upset or disappointed or mad at you, guess you're going to blame that offer on? Me.
The other guy. Yeah,
Zach's the crazy, stupid guy who's offending you, not me. I'm the nice guy. I'm Fred, right? And so Zach, the mean guy, is the person to blame. All right?
All right.
And so that's going to make it a lot easier for you to actually go out here and do this. So I can tell you, you should have no nervousness in the world because the only person who's going to be mad at or disappointed at it is going to be me. Make me the person making you upset, okay?
Okay. And then just to throw just another, another potentiality out there. So if, for example, I mean, as I said, I find it hard to find a decent comp on this price, or at least on this property. All right. So let's say
5,000, you'll be fine.
Well, 75 grand, we're sweet, yeah.
Stop overthinking it. And start going after it.
I'm gonna get him signed up 75 grand. That's what I'm gonna get it done.
Fred, I want to break down one very important part of this. You have to make a change now. You have no other option, okay? Because if you do not make a change, somebody else is going to get that deal. All right? And time's ticking.
Yeah.
And Fred, when do you think I'm going to tell you to make this offer?
I'm going to do it as soon as you're finished on this
You know
line.
why? Because every greedy, broke wholesaler right now, I'm just saying this nicely, is going to look through every fistbowl in Mississippi and try to get this deal from you.
Yeah, I know, and that's the risk.
So this is why when you get off the phone right now with me, you're going to have to go lock this thing up ASAP.
Man, I'll pick the phone up now and do it right this second if you want me to.
No, do it privately. I don't want to divulge anyone's personal info.
For sure.
But I want you to do that.
I will. For
do
sure.
you think the men at Normandy, you think they were scared to go storm?
No.
They're probably a little worried, but they had no choice, right? People's lives were on the line. Their homeland was on the line, right? They're one of the greatest, bravest people in the entire history. Storming Normandy. A lot of them probably nervous, maybe a little scared, but they had no other choice. You're not at such a dire crossroads, okay? But you do have no choice. Either you change right now or you don't. And the only way you're going to become successful is by making that change. And so you're backed into corner right now. You got to figure out what to do. Either you get this deal or you don't. I think you fight.
All right, that's what I'm going to do, and I'll be back tomorrow to tell you exactly how I got on.
All right. And Fred, what's the worst this guy says? What's the worst he says?
It's not, Zach. It's genuinely. It's not even a case of I'm fearful that he doesn't accept and we negotiate lower than the 85. It's am I buying something that I'm not going to be able to sell on for that price? It's in lovely condition. Dude's painted it up and all the rest of it. He told me
if you get locked up for 75, you can definitely sell it.
All right, say no more. That's it. I'm going to do it. I'll
help you sell it for free. Okay.
Oh, you are a gentleman.
If you can't do it, all right.
You're a gentleman. Honestly.
So do you have some confidence now?
I have every confidence in you, and I'm just so grateful. So that's all I'll say.
All right, Fred. And then last part here, if you cannot get this locked up, I will lock up the deal tomorrow on the live for you if you need me to, okay?
All right, mate.
If he's stressing about over the partner and what he's thinking of everything, I'll do it.
All right,
so you have the entire community right now behind your back wanting you to succeed. So how do you feel when you have everyone behind your back ready for you to go?
Oh man, I can't wait. I can't wait until I can give that same faith and that same promise to everybody else, man. But I just appreciate it so much, Zach, and that's exactly what I'm going to do. I'm going to get this locked up. I'm going to partner with you with it, mate. And there is no free in it. I want, as I said in the first place, I want our experience. It's more important than money right now to me. It's, I just need to do some deals. That's it. And I'm going to do it. 75, right. Worst case 80, but we're getting it done.
Let's get off the phone. Let's close that deal.
Thank you, my man.
All right. Have a good one, Fred.
Big love, man. Thank you.
Oh, Fred better hop off this. I see him in the backstage. He better get out of here and start calling. I'll tell you that. Shout out to him, though. Guys, that's what it's all about. You have to go out here and take life by the horns. Take life by what it's really worth and go after it. Yo!
Hey, how's it going, Zach?
I'm good, man. What's up? How can I help you out today?
Hey, Zach. So my name's Abel. I'm trying to wholesale. Been trying it now full-time for about, I'll be honest, 2 months, but I've known about it for about 3 years.
Right.
So I guess I was really just wanting to get into real estate. One of my mentors is one of the biggest wholesalers here in my area. Just quick input. So I want to get to 6 figures. I already make 6 figures. I'm actually the same age as you, actually by a year younger. I'm 22. I do alarms and solar. So I do exactly what we do, except instead of flipping the house, I'm flipping, customers on solar deals or alarm deals. Yeah. Long story short, I'm about 80 deep in the flip right now. So, yeah. So I know, like, if I had the faith to put 80,000 on a flip, I have enough faith to put $1,000 into like investing into wholesaling. But
Why
my
80K in a flip?
um the rehab and then the difference in the hard money
Okay, how do you get that deal?
from other wholesaler.
Okay, are you gonna make money on it?
Yeah, I mean, because actually you're doing a live like maybe 3 weeks ago about the the biggest drops in California, and Fresno was actually on that list. My flips in Fresno, the Central Valley.
Okay,
So
is it
I was
cheap real estate?
sorry.
Is it cheap real estate?
No, it's not cheap. It's probably like the median home price for our area.
Okay,
But
gotta go fast. You gotta sell that thing fast, man.
yeah, I
Every
know.
day, clock's ticking.
Yeah, but my question is, if I make six figures working 40 hours a week, doing alarms and solar, I make about 135. How realistic is that to make it in wholesaling? I know I watch all your videos, the free wholesaling course. I mean, is it best just to go for the $20,000 assignment fees or like
In
the
Fresno, go for the 10, 15, 25s.
25?
Easy there, yeah.
Okay. I know probates are pretty big in my area. For sale by owners kind of suck. I'm actually looking at some right now.
No, they're terrible.
Yeah. Also, the high equity, I guess those are like just super saturated. But I mean, do you think I should still go more
Yeah, I
for
think you should. Drying for dollars is really good too. Reverse drying for dollars is big. All of them, really. I know a lot of guys in Fresno doing well. But they're all making money, man.
yeah? Okay. So you
Depends how you want to attack it.
should probably say I'd do $15,000 wholesale deals would be pretty decent.
Yeah, you five $15,000 deals. You can do $100,000 deal. I mean, you do any which way you want to do it, but like
Mhm.
10 deals, you should get pretty comfortable with the process.
Okay. And then so I should probably dedicate about, you said, I know I was following your part-time. It's 15 hours a week. 15
I
hours
think
a week.
15, 20 is good. I'd say 20, but you can do 15 starting out. It just depends what you're doing. If you're
Yeah,
only reverse drying for dollars and drying for dollars, you can probably do 15.
15. Yeah, I'm doing driving for dollars. I'm on prop stream. Also, second quick question. I can't find the probates on the Fresno County Kirk of the Court or that whatever that is. So I'm probably gonna go in person.
Yep. That's the
Um,
best way to do it, man.
yeah. Okay. So you just buy $15,000 deals, 15 hours a week, and that should probably give me about 5 deals for the year. It's very conservative.
Well, do the marketing and see what happens.
Oh, the marketing,
You
right?
guarantee any results. You just got to go out there and try it.
Yeah. I have I've been cold calling for about 10 hours a week for like the last 2 months, but I've gotten some leads. But just want to get your input on that. I mean, if I can make six figures in sales already, I mean, I'm sure I can do it in wholesaling, right?
Yeah, we'll see. Some people can't translate. Some people do. Depends how hard you want to work on it.
Okay, cool. Just want to be realistic. So about 15 hours. But all right, that was my question. Thank you, Zach.
All right, man. So what are you going to do? What's your marketing going to be like?
I plan on doing 200 driving for dollars leads a week and about 100 stacked high equity lists.
Are you going to do any reverse trying for dollars with that?
I'll be honest. I mean, I have so 40, 50, 65 hours a week. I'd have to go back and do the sticky notes on the.
No, but all right, let's do this for the future. You find a lead, you put it in your deal machine or whatever you use.
Yeah.
If you spend an extra 10 seconds slapping the sticky note on the door, it won't cost you any more time. So
Okay.
let's do 10. Let's do 15. I'll give you 15 seconds if you're a slow walker. 15 seconds, 200 leads a week. That's an extra 50 minutes.
Mm.
About an extra hour.
Mm.
Just do the sticky notes.
Okay. That's
So
true.
An extra hour. All right. So that's really that's the problem, an extra hour.
Okay.
And if you're somebody that's doing solar sales, I think door knocking, it's not door knocking, but it's easier than door knocking, should be nothing to you. So
yeah.
An hour, man. That's
yeah.
it.
Yeah, I'm driving for dollars while I'm going to my customers' alarm and solar deals. I'm like, oh, there's a house. There's a house.
Beautiful, man. Dude,
Yeah.
those sticky notes I'm telling you, they work.
Oh, okay.
It's like direct mail, man. They're 40, 50 cents a piece, but you're doing it for free.
And direct mail, you think I should do direct mail to probates or all
Sticky notes.
sticky notes?
Cold call the probates. You can reverse drive for dollars the probates too if you really want to.
Okay. That helps out a lot. Okay, thank you, Zach. I appreciate it. This is
All right,
my
man.
do you
So
call
are
it?
you gonna do sticky notes?
Yeah, I'm gonna go get the sticky notes today from Office Depot.
All right, you're gonna pull the probates. Let's get it.
Yeah. All right. Thank you, Zach.
Have a good one.
Dude.
He almost got away with no sticky notes for me. He ain't that slick. He ain't making me not want to make him work hard. So, oh yeah. Ethan,
Hey, what's up, Zach? How you doing?
good. How are you doing?
I'm doing pretty good. So I'm actually asking a question today for a friend. So my partner Will and I, we've been teaching people for free actually, and taking them on.
Is he there?
No, he's not here. He went to the bank. He actually just left. But yeah, we've been just teaching people for free. And just taking them along on driving for dollars. But anyway, scratch that. I came across a guy named Dell, and he said that he was banned from the Facebook marketplace, or I'm sorry, the Facebook group, and also banned from the lives. And he just wanted to know why. He said he wasn't spamming or marketing at all. We actually took him out on a driving for dollars yesterday.
I have no idea. You can go call the customer service team.
Okay, I figured that it wasn't you and that it was.
Hey, he got banned for something, dude. It was for something.
Okay, because I figured it was his name. Like he's from a foreign country and his name looks like a toddler just slapped on the keyboard.
Oh yeah. I know that guy. He used to do that. Complained. He kept complaining.
Oh, really?
Oh yeah.
So that's why.
Dude, all right. What's the question, man? I'm not gonna. Let's do something income producing.
No, that was just my question. That's it.
Okay.
Just asking for him. So yeah, thank you.
All right. Have a good one, bro. Tell
See you,
Will I
man.
said what's up.
I will. Have a good
All
one.
right. Boom. Yeah, guys. If I'm saying this in the nicest way, if you got banned from the Facebook group, there's 3 ways you get banned from the Facebook group. Number 1, you're trying to sell a course. Number 2, you're spamming on some weird day trading thing that's stupid. Or number 3, you're bullying. All right. If you bully somebody else, and most importantly, if you just complain. All right. And what I mean by complaining, all right, I get a couple people banned every single week for complaining. And what this means, Zach, this info sucks. You're terrible. You don't know what you're doing. This is terrible. You got to do this the right way. Zach, you don't know what you're talking about. Do this way, and you can do no deals. And so if I get people coming on me complaining, giving bad information, and I tell them multiple times to stop it, they'll get banned. I'm not going to put any more information or time in my day for that. But it's pretty simple. If you just help other people out in wholesaling real estate, you're fine. You're good to go. But if you complain and just talk about things in bad ways and bullying people, I'm just not going to let you on. All right? That's the way you do it. Yo. You're muted, bro.
Can you hear me?
Loud and clear. What's up?
My bad, Zach. All right, so I had a quick question. Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Okay, perfect. So I was trying to set up my my SMS campaign with Twilio, and I got the response where they said they had temporarily suspended my account because I did not put my consent opt-in process in place. Are you familiar with that?
With Batch?
Yeah, connecting it through Batch with Twilio, but Twilio's the one that suspended it.
So what was the exact wording again?
It says it appears that you may not have your consent opt-in process in place. We have temporarily suspended your account until your platform is able to comply with Twilio's messaging policy. Please note.
Batch, their customer service, they'll help you out.
Oh, really? Okay.
They'll probably give you some credits or something for it. Yeah.
Yeah, because man, I was like, I'm trying to figure this out. You know,
They'll probably hook you up with something. You're
Okay.
fine.
So
Talk to them though, right?
Pardon me?
Talk to them though. They'll hook
Okay.
you up.
All right. So don't send some of the criteria that they asking for. They said like program name, organization, fee disclosure, service.
So screenshot that and send it over to Batch. They'll help you out. I think it's on their end.
Oh, okay. Awesome. Thanks so much.
You probably have their people do their whatever they do on there.
Oh, okay. Appreciate it. Thank you so much.
All right. Keep it up. Because Batch is the platform, but you got to use Twilio underneath it. And if they're doing something wrong, They got to switch it up. All right. Chris.
Hey, what's up, Zach? How you doing, man?
Good, man. What's up? How can I help you out?
Well, I don't really have like a question. I was kind of thinking I could maybe get a little bit of input from you. So for the past 2.5 years, I've been wholesaling. I've closed deal after deal. It's not been tough for me. The first 10 months was tough, and then I got my first deal. Then they started, falling like dominoes. The problem is I kind of got caught on this like hamster wheel, right? So like I always feel like I need a partner because it's hard to delegate all these tasks and it's hard to do everything alone. And you kind of probably know what I'm talking about. But I would get like cold callers from the Philippines, and they weren't producing quite enough leads, and I've had good VAs before with another partner that I had, but then again, there's the partner, and I feel like there's just too many chefs, and that kind of spoils the broth when it comes to the profits. So I'm trying to figure out how I can scale. I've done everything from SMS. I had the same problem as the last guy with Twilio, and basically it's the wording that they're using. I used them through batch. I had to switch to launch control. We started doing $800 a month on launch control, the big plan where you're sending out 20,000. I feel like maybe even my lists aren't really accurate. I do get a lot of leads with SMS as to where my cold callers I didn't. I even fired some of my cold callers and hired some more in Tijuana, Mexico for $1,800 for the month. They weren't producing. So it's the scaling. And then the other big thing is, like when you think about wholesaling, everybody wants to be the CEO, right? Like everybody wants to be the big boss. They want to have their company. So it's hard to find junior acquisitions and find other people that really want to work underneath me. What do you think about all that?
What market are you in?
I'm in Phoenix, but I actually do virtual. So if I get a deal, like I'll look for some hedge funds like SFR3. I'll look in certain markets and just kind of hit the FISBOs or, but it just, I'm on a hamster wheel, man.
Dude, welcome to my life. Okay. I mean,
Same.
Bro, if you can find me somebody that can do all that perfectly, it's cheap. Dude, I've been on this journey, this scaling type journey for like 3.5, 4 years. All right. So like I've looked at it every which way. Why do you think I focus on really main 3 marketing channels? Okay. Because it gets too crazy, man. And so honestly, what I have found is the big 3, right? So let's talk about the 3 really quick. And because I think you're using a lot of them, right? SMS. Are you using the double whammy script?
What's that?
So you make sure you use the double whammy script. And this is because Twilio, the carriers, the way SMS works, again, I think you're smart enough, you know this because you do a lot of deals with it, is if you say certain words, your deliverability rate goes down. Twilio doesn't like it. People like block you, and then the algorithm doesn't like it, right?
Yep.
And the key hidden secret about that is if you get a reply, you can say whatever you want on the SMS, right? You don't get blocked. You're fine, right?
Right.
And so for my double whammy scripts, I use 0 words that will get flagged. They're really simple. They're like, hey, Chris, I just drove by 123 Main Street. Is this the owner by chance?
That's what I did. I got your script off your website, and then I kind of put it in there, but I implemented it in a different way with my own words that were still not, you know what I mean? That way it would kind of have my own taste to it.
No, you have to do that because if you use my script, it's going to get flagged because I've used that too many times.
Yeah.
And then I put the spinner tokens, I do all these things, and so every text is different, and then I get a reply back, and then I hit them with whatever I want. That's why I avoid all those issues with SMS. I still get some to this day, but you got to get very creative with it. And so do you have a VA answering the SMS? Who do you have answering the SMS?
It's me. I mean, like right now, that's kind of what I got going on because I let my other VAs go just because they produced 5 leads in a month. And I'm like, dude, I can produce 5 in a day SMS blasting. Okay.
So maybe you get a VA for SMS. I'm always big on those because as someone that does SMS, you know pretty quick that 2 things are really important. Texting back is really important. And then number 2 is most of your conversations suck for SMS, right? And so I would say 90% of the conversations for texting, I can have a VA answer. You suck, you're terrible, I'm not interested in any of these things. The only point of my VAs for SMS, if you have any interest in selling your property or you have a weird question that might show interest, it gets sent to my acquisitions agent. And then they only answer, if we get 3,000 replies in the day, 300 to go to our acquisitions agents because those are ones that we can work on. The 2,700 are just trash, right? And so that saves us a lot of time too. Well, let's go to cold calling and the main question you have, which is they're not producing, right? there's a reason why your VAs aren't producing. Now, first of all, you know this with employees, they'll literally never work as hard as you, and they care about money to a point, and that's pretty much the success of the company is not as important as just the job type thing. They're employees. This is the one thing I've learned about employees. They do not care to a point. And that's not a mean thing, but that isn't a priority. They did not start the business. They did not grind from the beginning. They did not go through all the struggle and financial hardship you did. They don't have it. The business is your baby, and this person is like a, I don't know, not even like a babysitter, right? Like they're like a babysitter to a point. Like, that's not your kid.
Yeah,
And
and
so
nobody will care about your kid like you'll care about your kid. You know what I mean?
they'll care about your kid, but not as much as you will.
Exactly.
We'll get in, give it a good night kiss, and read it a story. They won't do that, right? But
They're
they
not
shouldn't.
They'll read books for their kid. You know what I mean?
But dude, like they don't need to because it's not their kid. The only person that's going to treat their kid like that is going to be a parent usually, right? Or a sibling or something like that. And so sometimes, especially me when scaling up, I had these unfair expectations for my VAs. And I learned really hard. This is for my acquisitions agents. So this is the hardest one I figured out. My VAs and my acquisitions agents at most are 60 to 70% as good as me. At most. And that's all the training in the world. And that was a big problem. Because you go from making 100K a month to 70K a month and you're paying them. That sucks, right? You don't like that. That's the worst thing in the world. But I realized if I have 2 cold callers at 60% effectiveness, that's 120%. So I'm actually getting 20% more money. And so that's the way I looked at cold callers. I know they're going to suck. But if you have enough of them, they're going to end up doing well. This is why in, like wars and battles and things like that, you can have the most elite fighting force and you can have an average fighters. But if you have enough average fighters, it's going to destroy the elite fighting force, like the 300, right?
Right.
That's just how it works, right? And unfortunately, like you have the best UFC fighter in the world. If he has to fight 4 guys that are average, he might win. But you got 10 guys, he's not going to win, right? And so for me, I figured I just got to get more volume to make up for their lack of skills. And that's honestly what I found. And so for my cold calling, which I think you'll find interesting, I think you know this though, my cold callers only focus on one thing. If you are interested in selling your property, that's great. My partner, Chris, is going to actually go by and give you a call in about an hour or 2. Is that okay? That's it. That's all all they care is about if you're interested. Because they were Filipino, they had accents. They could say the 2 sentences very well, and that's what we focus really hard on. How do you say these 2 sentences as clear and concise as possible?
And they don't understand the American
property?
slang either, or the sarcasm that you get with the Americans. They have a hard time picking up the sarcasm. You'll be in Detroit, they'll say, I want $1 million for my house, and I'm like, dude, there's no house in Detroit that's worth $1 million. Like, not in, where we're looking.
But here's the thing, man. My training's elite. Like, you see how I train the wholesalers? I mean, I have the largest wholesaling course. You know me, I can train people very well. I use that for my VAs. So why my VAs are actually really effective is really 3 things. Number 1, I train them really well. I have about 10 hours of me cold calling that I make my VAs watch. They see everything, every objection, every piece of sarcasm, everything. 10 hours of me cold calling in my own business, all right? Number 2, and this is really important, but I scare my VAs like crazy. And this is something I think you can implement, all right? I make sure I personally, on my cell phone, I think 2,000 leads, VA calls me, all right? I put a secret name. All right, I'm not going to say the secret name on here, but it's something cool. It's like Chris Thunder. All right, it's like something funny, but it goes to my cell phone, and my VA knows every 1,000 or 2,000 calls they're actually going to call me, and I'm pretend to be a seller. And if I hear them with an attitude, if I hear a rooster in the background, I hear it, they're fired. Okay. So they know they better be. It's like a mystery shopper. I got to be on my tail because if I do something wrong, boom, I'm done. A little scary, but it works, man. So I might get like 2-3 calls a day, depending, right? And I answer it. And yeah, I'm interested in some. Who is this? And I just pretend. If I hear attitude, if I hear noise in the back, something terrible, they're done, right?
Right.
I record all the calls, so all their callings recorded, and I can go back and listen to them. And the last but not least is I talk to my team basically at least once a week, make sure everything's going down, like everything's going well, what's going on, everything like that. But I train them really hard. I will sometimes personally still train my VAs just to make sure they know what they're doing. And so that's how I do it. Now let's go to the acquisitions agents. What's your biggest issue with the acquisitions agent?
For me, it's finding an actual, because for a business owner, it's like I want to find somebody that's good at acquisitions, even better than me, and put them in my spot. And it's hard to find anybody that can, like you said, really, especially with the experience that I have. Anybody that's in my shoes that has my kind of knowledge, they want to do it alone. They want to be left alone. They want to do it alone. And I know that if I can get one or two people underneath me as far as acquisition people that actually want to learn, I know I can scale them up, and I know eventually they're going to spread their wings and fly, right? That's what we all get into this whole wholesaling dream for. And that's fine, because in return, they're making money for me. We're making money together. But it's the fact that everybody, I'll talk to people, and I'll find somebody that's really intrigued by it, and then I'll give them I'll make them a Mojo login, and I'll be like, hey, I want you to cold call. I'll give them some old leads, tell them to prospect those, and they're just not doing it. They're not producing. I have one guy that's actually doing really good right now that I brought underneath me, and he actually watches you a lot too. So hopefully something takes off with him, and I really see something in him. I see a fire that I seen in me, because for me, I know I wanted this dream. Nothing was going to stop me, and I need somebody that has a fire in them that's ready to get some deals done. These people they'll say they want it, but then they'll call for an hour a day, and they're like, well, I ain't got a job. And I'm like, well, then why aren't you, trying to get deals? Like, let's get some money, because I know what it takes to get these deals. I know you can't just call a couple hundred people and get a deal. Maybe if you got a killer list, but for the most part, I'm pulling 10,000 records every other month or every month, depending on how fast we're burning through it. And then I recycle through them. So I have a ton of data, but maybe it's the list too. Maybe I need to find some more motivated sellers, like those motivated lists.
This is a big. See, I've had that same issue. How are you paying these junior acquisitions agents? Truthfully.
So truthfully, I talked to this guy and brought him on at 40% because I felt like that would be fair, since I'm putting in all the marketing, the 40-60 split, 10% for the marketing because I get stuff done. And he was working on some of my old leads. If I was to bring somebody on, it would be a different structure, especially to have a professional company where things would range from probably, I'd say 20 to 25%, depending on what their role is. I mean, if you're just nurturing leads, maybe get a commission there, because I know I'm not going to keep a whole check, right? Like, we know how this breaks down. But I've actually looked at different ways to break down to where it would be still, I'd be keeping a good amount, at least like 40% profit.
Sorry about that, Chris. Sorry about that.
No worries. I didn't know if it was me or you.
No, I just had to reset the computer. Whatever. I got like a $4,000 gaming PC, but whatever.
That's me too. Same.
Whatever. All right. So let me break down this important part. All right. This is very, very, very important that I learned. You're 1099 these employees, right?
Correct.
So this is something I've learned. When you treat your employees like 1099, when you give them 1099, what are 1099 employees usually, or 1099 people that get paid on 1099?
Commission.
No, they're freelancers. They're entrepreneurs, right?
Yeah, they're their own person.
You're paying them like an entrepreneur, but you are trying to make them act like they're an employee. Correct. And that's always the biggest issue. And that's something that really tough for me to learn, but it's true. And you do it to save money, and you do it with good intentions. And Rick sometimes has this problem too, and we had to learn this problem, but we fixed it. You got to treat them like real employees, and it sucks. It sucks. I hate it. But you have to treat them like employees. And so with our acquisitions agents, we pay them a base, and we pay them on top of that for the deals they do. And they get paid very well, but I treat them like employees. And so for acquisitions agents, not even junior, outside of acquisitions agents, we do the 3-3-3 approach. This is why I make the best acquisitions agents possible. I hate training acquisitions agents because I personally still, to this day, still have to do it. Do you know the 3-3-3 approach?
I don't.
So basically what we do is I will train an acquisitions agent, and I literally just pay them a base salary. They literally, it costs me money to train them. because I let them get some money. Hey, you're an employee, because you're not 1099. You don't go to other places. You stay here. All right.
Yeah.
And basically how that works is you are going to sit here and watch me close 3 deals on the phone. Okay. And I'm going to train you while we're doing it. And the deals have to be over $15,000, $20,000. Then we are going to do 3 deals together as partners, where you're going to talk and try to close it, and I'm going to do it together. And we're going to do it together. We're going to do 3 of those. And then you're going to close 3 deals in front of me on the phone or in person. For you, it's going to be on the phone. And after they do those 9 deals, they should have all the knowledge in the world to close sellers.
Cool.
And boom, that's good to go, right? And it sucks to do, but it costs more money for me to hire a new employee and just train them because it's my time than for me to actually go out here and pay them less and not train them as well. I train them like crazy. And I don't look for high drive people per se. I don't train people that want to get into wholesaling. I train people that want to work a job, a sales job. And that being said, it gives us less turnover. My salespeople make 6 figures very comfortably, but they have to work their butts off for it. And so unfortunately, you have to hire salespeople, not entrepreneurs. And it's a clear difference, having a sales job and then being an entrepreneur. And you're kind of training someone up just to leave you. And I don't like that. So that's why I treat it a little differently, just because I found overall it makes me more money, less acquisitions headache, and more success. So I would do that with the acquisitions junior agent. I would not pay him as much, but give him a little bit of a base and let him know it's a 40-hour-a-week job.
That's smart.
Yeah.
I think I'm going to do that because then that gets them out of the mindset of I work for myself, I'm my own company type. I need to find people that are like an old car salesman, somebody that used to sell cars. Some just wants to work.
It's a little expensive, man. But like, hey, we're looking for a sales job here. And what we do is it's a real estate investing company looking for a sales job. Not, this other wholesaler wants to get into wholesaling. Dude, ask somebody that gives wholesaling information out. People will suck knowledge out of you and then take you for nothing and not give you anything back. And I'm okay with that. Like, I'll give everyone information for free. I don't want anything from them. Okay? That works for me. For an actual business, though, that's terrible. And dude, you know how many people in my own market want to work for me? Like they're doing me a favor working for free? No, you're going to get my best information, and then you're going to go on your own and just try to undercut me and learn all my best stuff. My last 4 guys, one was a bartender, good at talking to sellers. Other guy worked at a car salesman, and the other person was actually a waiter and sales, right? If you're good at talking to people and you can learn my process, you'll be good to go. I don't really need anyone that has real estate experience to a point. I actually like employee mindsets better because I'm looking for employees. Do what I say, work their job, and it's interesting when you see these freelance people because sometimes they work less hard because they feel like because they work from home, it's a weird phenomenon. I work from home, I only have to work 25, 30 hours a week. No, you sit behind that computer, you're there 9 to 5.
Yep.
And I love employees because they'll do that. Your little entrepreneurship Gary guy who's 18 years old, who wants to have a Lambo and a Rolex, he might not want to do that. So that's the big issue.
Perfect. Well, thank you so much for all your value. I know I'm taking up some time right now, but I really appreciate it because it does help. Even the stuff like the video yesterday really helped me in some points. And I've been doing acquisitions for a long time. I mean, I'm completely comfortable picking up the phone, getting on there. Hey, Mr. Seller, how you doing? Just really getting these deals. But I just want to say thank you, and I appreciate it. I really do.
Of course, man. Always here to help.
Cool. Thanks, Zach.
All right, appreciate it.
Have a good one, man.
Yeah, guys. Sorry about these audio problems in the beginning, but hey, no big deal. We're gonna. All I have to do, I guess, I learned. You just got to reset the computer. Put the little freewholesaling.com promo in there. By the time it's over, computer's reset. We're all good to go. It says you can hear me through the PC. All right. Was that working now? Hold on. Just checking the audio. We'll get to the next one hereafter. Let's see what we got. All right. Let's see what we got. Oh, yeah, that is the PC. My bad, guys. Hello, hello. Why is the audio so... Hold on. Okay, this one might be slightly better. Let's go make sure the audio is good on this one. But no big deal if it's not. Okay, this one might be slightly better. All right, sounds better. All right. Peter, what is up?
I did not expect you to pick on me.
Well, you're next in line, bro.
Yeah, I just had a quick question. When do you say, all right, I'm just not having luck in this area and draw the line?
Luck in what area?
Like any results.
Okay. Well, that's pretty easy.
Yeah, I'm up in I talked to you, I think it was like 2 months ago. I've been kind of on and off, just busy with my other job. But when do you say like, okay, this area is either dried up, there's too many investors or wholesalers in the area, time to move on to the next spot?
Yeah, I can completely tell you. So let's answer some couple questions first. Number one, what market are you in?
Massachusetts. I was kind of looking towards the Worcester area because it's a lower price range in a bigger city, but I haven't had much luck. And I've been looking through wholesaler groups, and I haven't really seen an abundance of deals going on. So I was like, okay, maybe it's just not in the cards at the moment, and I should just completely go virtual and go out of state now.
Okay. What's your marketing looking like?
It was mostly driving for dollars. So I do real estate during the day, bartend at night. So when I'm driving around doing apartment showings, I'll do the sticky notes on the doors and stuff like that.
How many sticky notes did you put out last month?
200.
200 in a month.
Yeah.
All right. I mean, statistically, you're going to get 400 to 500 to get a deal.
Okay.
So you got to put at least 400 to 500 out if you want to
All
get one deal a month consistently. Do you know what your response rate on the sticky notes were?
I think I had like 5.
5.
So I wasn't sure if it was necessarily the properties because they, some of them, since I live in Quincy, we're in the Quincy area, and that's a higher price range.
Yeah.
It was kind of scattered. It wasn't really as focused as it probably should have been. The more now that I'm talking, I kind of realize that. But
Okay. What type of marketing were you doing?
just that, I've had trouble accessing probates. I didn't know if you'd be able to do a walkthrough for that. I can always go back to the video.
I'll do it if you went in person. They said no. Did they?
No, I haven't gone in person yet.
Go in person first, then I can help you out.
Okay. All right, I'll do that then. But yeah, that was about it. I came in last second, so I just dropped in to listen for a little while.
Yeah, honestly, man, 200 sticky notes in Quincy's not going to be the best one.
Yeah.
If you're in the Worcester area, I'm definitely saying it wrong. Who cares? Worcester, whatever. I would probably say if you want to get deals, do at least 400, 100 a week in that area.
Okay.
If you're not willing to do that, cold call the government lists. 200 is not enough marketing for me to say to give up. I hate to say that.
No, that's fair. I just wanted an opinion. That's all.
Yeah, I'd probably up the marketing. And if you can tell me straight up that you did 400 sticky notes for 3 months straight a month and you got no deals, I'd tell you go virtual. But
Okay.
I can't tell if it's the market or the marketing. And so let's do the marketing first and figure that out.
Okay. Sounds good. Appreciate it.
All right, man. Keep it up, Peter. Appreciate it.
Yep.
Boom. Yo.
How you doing, Zach?
I'm blessed, man. What's up?
Doing all right. So my question it was probably answered type of way because it's the same thing he's saying. Like I'm trying to do virtual though. I'm doing in Atlanta, Georgia, and I feel like I've been calling from PropStream. I've been calling for like maybe 2,000 calls already, and I went to YouTube and I found one of your PropStream how to find like the best leads and stuff. And I just been getting like no results. I've been like, oh no, not even a lead. And
Okay.
I yesterday I put like 1,000 more numbers, and 500 of them I called between yesterday and today, and not even a lead where I can have a 5-minute conversation with.
What list?
I got it on my paperwork. Let me get it. I'm in my job real quick.
What dialer are you using also?
Oh, that's the thing. I'm not using no dialer though.
Okay. What's skip tracing?
So right now, the one that I was doing was a vacant residential, no marketing, minimum 2 years of ownership, individual, and so it was like they owned the property for more than 4 years, and max value was on the 75,000, not 75,000, 700,000. So it was and 55% on minimum equity.
I mean, honestly, dude, I hate to say it,
Yeah.
but if you're hand dialing, a paid list might not be the thing to do. Because either when you're doing a dialer, because you're calling so many leads, you can do a lot of those prop stream type leads. When you're just using a hand dialer, you're going to have to get the best bang for your buck. And so I would say you got to stick to government leads when you're cold calling, especially with a hand dialer.
Okay.
Probate,
Yeah, because
water shut off, fire damage property, tax delinquency, liens, drawing for dollars, reverse drawing for dollars. I'd stick to those.
so my driving for dollars, I'm probably gonna have to do like in Hartford, and in Hartford is like an hour away from me because I'm in Connecticut. So should I just take that drive over there and do the reverse driving for dollars
How
and
far
the
of a
drive for
drive?
dollars? What was that?
How far of a drive?
Like an hour,
Where are you in right now?
Connecticut.
Where in Connecticut are you?
I'm in between New London and Groton area.
Okay. I mean, why don't you do that area?
Because I was seeing the one of the videos you made, and he said no more than 40,000 popularity, and
All right. Is
around
that
the
wrong?
area I am, it's like 30, 38, maybe Norwich is 40. Like there's another area that is like 15 to 25 minutes, and it has 40, but like literally exact 40. So should I try that one?
How far is the one
Like
that's 40,000 population?
like 25 minutes.
Yeah, try it.
Yeah, I'm gonna give that one a try because it's really hard to find comps in the area. Because it's funny, I was doing a lot of MLS listings. I've been trying calling and stuff like that for like agents and stuff. And I started doing the the prop stream ones like 3 months ago.
Yeah, when you're cold calling for free and you're hand dialing, the biggest question I get is like, how many leads for a deal, man? And honestly, when you're using a prop stream list, you're going to have to be at like 3 or 4, even 5,000 leads to get one deal. And that's not good, right? And so if you're doing 500 a day, you want to do something where maybe it's 1,000 leads to get a deal, right?
Yeah.
And that, again, is going to be the government leads, especially like just lists that no one else is calling. For example, like you should probably look at the eviction list and try to cold call those type of landlords. I think if you do 800 of those calls, you'll get a deal. And so it's
And
those type of
in
leads
my
that
area,
you go after.
or should I do it in another area?
Any area within an hour drive of you.
All right. So what about if I also use PropStream to start cold calling in my area? Not in my area, but like let's say an hour away from me, like Hartford, like that. We
You
both
can,
got the
man.
same phone number.
But why aren't you wanting to do the leads that are more motivated?
Oh no, definitely. I'm definitely gonna do those. I just trying to like find options just in because I have a 3-year-old and sometimes I have to be at home and it's like, oh,
I get it.
how can I make my day go? Like I can do something because I wake
Yeah,
up
do it.
early in the morning and I feel like I don't got nothing to do and that's like, oh, I hate it.
Do it.
Okay, yeah,
You can also
definitely.
pull some of these leads online. And so look at some of the tutorials we have at freewholesaling.com. You can actually pull them online for free.
Yeah, I'm gonna see if I can pull all those leads that I need to because it's like I'm been calling from my phone number and it's like I guess that I know why they're not picking up as well sometimes. Because like most of the time the calls that I was doing in Atlanta, they were like, oh, real estate. And I'm like, I laughed about it and I'm like, yeah. And then I just said, hey, my name is blah blah blah. Are you looking to sell your property? Nope. Hang up, go to the next one, and just like that.
Well, are you asking if they're the owner of the property first?
Yes.
Okay.
At first, I asked for their name, and like, because PropStream gives you their name, and I'm like, hey, this is, let's say, Daniel. yes, hey Daniel, are you the owner of this property? And then they say yes, and then I'll be like, hey, are you looking to sell that property? And well, are you looking to sell? Yeah, basically, your house or things like that, because I don't know if they're gonna own way more than one. Sometimes you only got like one address. Yeah,
Yeah,
so
man. Like, honestly, dude, you're all over the place here with
I
the
know.
deal. Let's stick to Connecticut really quick. Let's pull the government leads and cold call those, because it's just going to take too many calls on a hand dialer to get a deal from a prop stream list. So let's do the government list, and hand dialing that you can do deals on. Ad drawing for dollars. Let's focus on that area first and see those results, and then we can go virtual if we need to. Let's just focus on that first. All
And
right.
government lease will be me going to the courthouse, was it?
You go to the courthouse, and that's how you do it. Yeah.
Okay, thank you.
Like, bro. All right, let's talk about this. Last time you talked with Rick, he went crazy because he had a jiu-jitsu shirt on, right?
I did. I do MMA and over here, and it's like if I go pro, I'm still not gonna make way more money than in real estate. And my family wants to go to Florida and all that, and I'm like, oh,
Like, dude, it's like you come up to you go in your gi and you're like, all right, I want to learn the Kimura, the rear naked choke. Also teach me a twister, and then if we have some time, omoplata, and give me like 2 hours. Like you can't. It takes time to master just one of them, right?
yes,
Like you're trying
a
to do
lot of time.
everything all at once, okay? Like, all right, like you can't, all right. So
Yes,
let's
it's
focus
true,
on
dude.
one thing and let's get better at that, and then you can add on top of what you're doing, right?
All right, yeah,
That's it, man.
definitely. That's exactly what I'm gonna do because I know what it takes, but at the same time, it's like I'm trying to stay consistent in one market, like you said, but I'm probably in the wrong market because if I could do it around here, where I can even probably take the hour drive and be like, okay, I can see the property and I can do better deal like that.
You never tried it yet.
Yeah,
So
exactly.
let's try it.
Definitely, I'm gonna get to that and forget about Atlanta for a second.
All right, let's do it, man.
Thank you.
All right, keep it up. I'll tell you, if you're brave enough or crazy enough to go in a cage and do MMA, you should have no fear at all to start at wholesale in real estate. Justin,
Hey Zach, what's up, man?
what's up? How can I help you out today?
I'm actually very close to going under contract. I've been working this lead for a couple months now. But the one problem is originally I was at a great price doing virtual market in Fayetteville, North Carolina. We were at 37 before, and then all of a sudden did a bidding war. Now we're at like 57. Originally I evaluated it like, oh, I think I can sell the contract for about 57, 60. So now I'm on the edge. Like, should I even still go through this? Should you try to make like, I don't know, a couple bucks? I mean,
Oh, so wait. So what's the contract price you think?
she just agreed to 57.
Okay, and then how much do you think you can sell it for?
Like not much more. Maybe, yeah, maybe not much more.
Like how much?
Like 1,000, 3,000, something tiny.
I mean, dude, I'd rather take 3,000 than nothing,
That's true.
right? Like, I mean, if you can, she won't go below that price though.
No, we had a whole bidding war with this other guy who really wanted it, and we agreed on 57.
All right. I mean, that's all you can do, right?
Yeah.
So I mean, you're basically asking me the question: should I make $3,000 or nothing? I'm gonna say make $3,000.
Okay. She also wants to get her lawyer involved. How do I make it clear that I really just want to use my lawyer?
What state?
North Carolina.
Just explain to her that you're paying for the closing, so use yours.
Oh, okay. All right, that's a good one. Let me write that.
That's it.
Yeah, man. I mean, this is something that I'm literally in the middle of right now. I got to give a response, but
Yeah, just let her know that. That's the best response to that type of stuff.
cool. Thank you, Zach.
All right. Keep it up, Justin.
Appreciate it, man. See you.
Oh. Yo. Hello. Hello. Hello, can you hear me? Hello. Hello.
Are you
Hello.
talking to me?
I am talking to you.
Oh, sorry. I didn't mean to, like, I was just kind of watching in the background. Are there other people in this Zoom call
Yeah, I
or
guess
in this
so.
stream? Oh, okay, sorry.
All right.
Well, I did have a question though. I'm
You
just
do have a
starting and
question. All right. What's
yeah.
up? How can I help you out?
Okay. I'm just starting. Like, I've really only been watching YouTube videos. Sorry for the background. I'm in a cafe. But I've been meaning to reach out to a real estate agent. But I feel like I'm gonna have questions along the way, and I was just wondering, is this something that you normally do, like with this stream? And if it is, when do you tend to have it
Specifically for what again?
for the stream for the Zoom call? Like, is this something that you normally do?
Yeah, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursdays, Fridays, Sundays, and Mondays.
Okay, I'm just gonna write that down really quickly.
What market are you in?
I'm in Minneapolis.
Okay. And so you're researching. Are you taking any
Yeah.
action for your marketing?
Um, Barely. Like, I've pretty much like I've just been reaching out to some buyers just to know like what they're looking for within my market, and I've reached out to a couple of real estate agents to ask if they can like give me some off-market properties, but that's the most of it.
So Lulu, you hopped on here for a question, and you're trying to move. Are you trying to get the ball rolling to hit your first deal this year?
Yeah, honestly, like if I could do it within like a month or two, that'd be great.
Okay, so if we want to get a deal in a month, we're going to stop getting info, okay? This is the biggest
Okay.
problem most new beginners have. They try to suck all the info in, thinking they got to know this before they start. You just
Yeah.
got to start. So guess
Okay.
what we're going to do?
Okay.
I'm, I'm going to need you to call 50 for sale by owners in your county that are over
Okay.
100 days old in a week. 10 a day. That's all I'm asking. You're going
Okay.
to get offers on those sellers.
Okay.
So watch my Zillow for sale by owner guide at wholesaling.com and some of the lives, and then start doing that, and then get back to me.
Zillow. Sorry, it got a bit loud. You said the Zillow for live.
Zillow for sale by owners,
Oh, okay. Zillow for sale by
and it
owners.
should be at freewholesaling.com.
Okay, that's your website, right?
Yes.
Okay.
I'll
I'm
show you
gonna
how
get
to do
back
it.
to you. Okay, great. I'll
All
let
right.
you know how that goes. Thank you.
All right. See ya. That's how you get the ball rolling with success, guys. And next year we got Wendell. What's up?
What's up?
How are you?
I'm doing great.
Awesome, man. What's up? How can I help you out today?
I'm just listening right now.
All right. Well, you're just listening. Okay. Well, let me ask you a question. How many
Yeah.
deals in wholesaling have you done last month?
Last month I did 3.
All right. So there's something that I can get from you then if you've done 3 wholesaling deals. So if you're just listening, how do you get those 3 wholesaling deals?
Associates.
Associates?
Yeah.
Referrals?
Say what? Yeah, kind of referrals.
Like how, man? Tell us. Maybe we can help the people out how they can do it.
Oh, people that I know in the business, you know, they bring me deals.
How do you do that? Are they realtors?
I got one from a realtor. Matter of fact, my realtor just brought me 3 more.
Okay. How do you
Yeah,
ask
amazing.
realtors to send you deals? How does that work?
Well, she was a rehabber at first when I first met her back in 2015. Yeah. I sold a couple rehab properties. She in turn got her real estate license. She's an excellent rehabber, okay? And she got tired of paying the commissions out to realtors to sell the properties. So she got a license. You know, and then, you know, every now and then she gets some off-market deals. She brings them over to me. You know, I've got another one. She has a caller that calls on probates.
Uh-huh.
And when she doesn't have a buyer for them, she'll send them over to me.
Wow. Hey, that works out, man. All right. Well, if you got no questions, I won't leave you here. Just curious to see what you're doing and what's up. Just saying hi. I like your number faces, so appreciate it, man.
All right.
All right. Boom. Tony, guys, get yourself out there, do your deals, and it'll lead you to your success. So, guys, that is it today. That is how you can make over $900 a day in wholesaling real estate. I can tell you guys straight up, it's about the action you take and how willing you are to go out here and live the life of your dreams. I can tell you, the person that starts forward, the person that actually starts rolling forward the process, getting their first deal, and just gets better every single day, that'll lead you to a millionaire. But you got to remember to yourself and promise yourself to get better every single day and do what it takes to become successful. If you want to get successful in wholesaling real estate, I recommend y'all go to freewholesaling.com, my free real estate wholesaling course, where I'll teach you everything, start to finish, on the entire wholesaling real estate process. So guys, this is Zach Ginn signing out. Hit that like button, subscribe, go to freewholesaling.com, and I'll see you guys soon. Thanks, guys. Appreciate it. Boom!